I'm going to take a second to talk to you about underdogs.
Eagles fans everywhere, this is for
Yeah.
you.
Fly, Eagles fly, you on the team. Touchdown, touchdown. Time to get Jalen this ring. You don't really want to start a thing. This a bird gang nation, baby. It's a Philly thing. Hater, and you looking like you type trash. I'm just here calling on Philly, the podcast. And we can call a man dog or watch Miles score off the handoff. Rest of the division, your man soft. Jackson like Sean, hunting like Randall. Season here, really time to do them in. Your boy Philly Fresco. Thanks for tuning in.
What is going on, you guys? It's your boy Joe Castro, aka Philly Fresco, and it is Philly the podcast. It is Philly the playoff podcast. It is now time to talk that talk about our Philadelphia Eagles. We are in the playoffs. There's not much you can say nor do about it. So it is what it is. Everything that happened earlier on doesn't matter. So I'm looking at this game, right? And I'm looking at the players, I'm looking at the staff, and I'm starting to think who has the most pressure on them. And realistically, I want to say it's Nick Sirianni, right? I want to say it's Nick Sirianni just because he's the head coach, right? You're the guy that calls the shots, runs the show. So whatever happens is ultimately going to fall on you. You want to say Jalen Hurts, right? You want to say Jalen Hurts being the quarterback. He has to go out there and show something. And you can go down the line. You can go down to Darius Slay even on the defense. You know, a guy that's going to be getting paid a lot of money next year. Had a great year for us. We would love for that to continue into the playoffs. But realistically, I have to say John Gannon, man. Like, Jonathan Gannon has everything on his shoulders right now. I know that a lot of teams are, well, not a lot of teams. There's been a couple teams that called for his services, wanting to see him as their head coach. So that would be interesting to see if he, starts taking those calls, starts making those interviews. And I'm sure it will have a lot to do with what he's able to do on Sunday versus the Buccaneers. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. If we go out there, we play well, we win this game, and, our defense looks great against Tom Brady, we might be looking at losing our defensive coordinator. But if he's trash, if our defense looks terrible out there, we might be stuck with him. We might not have another option or might not have an easy out with him. It might be something that the coaching staff says, let's give him another year. Unfortunately, in the NFL, if you're a good team, you never keep your coordinator. So it is what it is. It's a catch-22. You look at it and you want to lose your coordinators because that means that you're probably a great team. You probably had some good guys. But I think all eyes should be on Jonathan Gannon. I really do. I think Jonathan Gannon has the most to prove in this playoff run. I think that, Jonathan Gannon has to show some willingness to change. I need to see some type of change up in this defense. If our defense does not step up, this will be a quick one and done. I really do. And I hate to say it like that, but it is true. Like, we all know Tom Brady's dealing with some issues as far as the players around him. He's not, at 110%, but they still got players on that offense. They still obviously have Tom Brady. So, listen, we have to go out there and we have to make a statement defensively. Offense wins you games, defense wins you championships. It just is what it is. And I know that our defense, player-wise is not necessarily where we should, we're not great, or our defense isn't amazing. We don't have on paper the greatest group of guys on the defensive side, but I do feel like we have enough to get what we need to get done. So that's where I'm at right now. I think that Jonathan Gannon has the most pressure on him going through this playoffs. You guys let me know, who do you think has the most pressure on them going through these playoffs? Like I said, I think that it's an easy one to say, Jalen Hurts. It's easy to say Nick Sirianni. But I think Jonathan Gannon is a guy we all have to watch, whether it's for better or for worse, whether he's going to be here next year and there's good things to look at and you're saying, okay, maybe he's figuring it out, or you're looking at him and saying, this guy's trash, we need to get him out of here. So I don't know. I'm just kind of spitballing at this point, you know what I'm saying? I have some time. I know this is a very impromptu live. I feel like all my lives at this point, unless they're at like lunchtime, I guess you guys are ready for the lunchtime ones, but you know what I'm saying? Yeah, this is impromptu live. So I want to know what you guys thinking, man. I want to know how you're feeling about this Tampa Bay game. Who are you going to be watching? Let's talk a little bit, because we aren't supposed to be here. We say this all the time, but now that we are, there's no reason why we shouldn't be gung-ho and trying to win this game and trying to win some games, man. Why not? Why not crash some other people's party? Why not ruin some other people's year? I'm down for that. I'm down to get some more enemies. I'm down for a couple more teams to be like the Minnesota Vikings and say we stole their year. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at right now. But what's going on, Patty? What's going on? She says, let's go and dominate Sunday. I agree. I think look, let's just go win this game. Let's go win this game. These are all playoff teams. These are all good teams, right, at the end of the day. So going into a game and winning by 3 points, winning by a touchdown, winning by a low score, you know what I'm saying, is nothing to be embarrassed about. Let's just go and win a game. I think that says a lot about our team, especially if we are able to win some close games. We're going to learn a lot about this team, man. We're going to learn a lot about individual players on this team. We're going to learn a lot about this coaching staff and what they're trying to be moving forward. We're going to learn a lot. It's going to be exciting. I mean, I'm excited. I'm really excited. Going against Tampa, obviously I live in Florida, so I'm going to be able to go to that game. But going against Tampa is going to be amazing. It's going to be fun. So what's going on, Midwest Eagles fan? What's going on, Ryan Rowe? Our D really needs to step up. Cheesesteak 490. What's going on? I agree. It's all on our defense right now. I think we know what our offense is going to be, for better or for worse. If we can be a better offense, especially in the first half, I think that only helps our chances. But we need our defense to be better than what they were in the season. What's going on, Eagle Slayer? What's going on? What's going on, Jim Smith? He says, I think you guys have a much better chance of beating Tampa than some of the other teams do of upsetting their first round opponent. That's a good statement. I mean, look, I think a game that I look at that's not in the NFC, I think like the 49ers can knock off the Cowboys. The way that they're playing right now, I do think that they can, but we'll see what happens. But I think the Raiders might be able to knock off the Bengals. This is the first year for Joe Burrows. Who knows if that really, messes with them. You look at history for the Cincinnati Bengals, it hasn't been friendly to them. So that would be an interesting game right there. I think that's going to probably be my upset of the week. Miles is a sneaky one. If Miles doesn't play, man, we're going to be in a bad situation. We need to have Miles out there. So, I think we can win. I think if we have everybody, at 100%, I think we're in a very good position. I think right now we are in a better position than we've been in a long time as far as our health goes. Usually we have like 4 or 5 people that are out, right? So I'm cool with where we are right now. Slay has to have a big game too. I agree. Hear me out. Mahomes and Brady, both 2 seeds, both on the Madden cover. Enough said. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that's the matchup we get. But, hopefully the Eagles can sneak in there, man. Hopefully, who knows? This is the time to be, it doesn't matter about being realistic and all that. Because at the end of the day, it's one game. You never know. It's any given Sunday type league, man. We can go out there and go on a nice little run. Every single one of these teams has a flaw. None of them are unbeatable. I agree. If you look at the Rams, if we would have played the Rams, they're on a skid these past couple games. Matt Stafford hasn't looked great. You look at, the 49ers, obviously they played well the past couple weeks. Deebo Samuels is a beast, but we hung in there with them in the first 2 weeks of our year. So look, I mean, I feel like you can look at all these teams, and I think Dallas, they've had our number. They had our number in week 3. We obviously didn't play anybody in this most recent game, but I think it's a game we could have played well in. I think we could have beat them in their home, and I think we could have beat them this past week if we decided to start people. I really do. I think that, Dak Prescott ate off of a bunch of backups and a bunch of rookies, if we're being honest. So it is what it is. It's supposed to rain Sunday too, so we got to run the ball good. Yeah, I like that. I mean, look, we might get blessed, man. We might really get blessed. We might really get blessed. I don't think that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are unbeatable, man. I really do not think that they are unbeatable. Look, it is what it is. You know who they have. You know what they're going to try and do to beat you, and you just have to stop it. I mean, there's really no, there's no, magical potion to beating Tom Brady. We've said this time and time again, man. You just got to get him off his spots. You got to make him uncomfortable, and you got to get that D-line going early. So, if we can do that, I don't see why not. And I'll say this right now. I live, like I said, in Florida. I live near Tampa, and there's a lot of Philadelphia Eagles fans out here. So don't be surprised if there's a whole half of the stadium is just Eagles fans, because Tampa Bay is really sleeping on this game. A lot of people just think they're going to walk all over us and it's going to be an easy, path to the second round. And who knows, it might be. It might be, but I know we ain't giving up that easily. So, I mean, they're going to have to scratch and claw, hopefully. Hopefully we don't just go out there and lay down. It's going to tell you a lot about this team. Everything we go through is going to tell you a lot about this team. Jim said, if my Cowboys don't come out and play physical, they are one and done, believe me. And if the Cowboys don't come, look, this is a hot topic that people have been talking about over the past week, and it's the expectations being different for the Cowboys and the Eagles. They should be. The Eagles came into this year with a lot of holes to fill, a brand new coaching staff. The Cowboys came into this year trying to figure out their defense, and if everything else, if the defense was there, they felt they had a very good chance of being a Super Bowl team. And for good reason. I can't sit here and hate on them. They have a good team. But you have a good team, right? You have a healthy Dak Prescott. You have a healthy wide receiving core, healthy Zeke. You have a very good defense, very good playmaking defense. So, yeah, if you lose first round, accept the punishment you're going to get, which is going to be massive trolling, because you deserve it. If you lose first round with that team, it makes zero sense. If you lose first round with that team, shout out to my guy, James, Big Game James. And he kind of said it, man. If they lose that game, there's got to be questions asked. There's got to be discussions had, right? So, I mean, look, man, a lot of people are just going to say, oh, y'all just hating on the Cowboys because it's the Cowboys. But y'all have a lot at stake right now. Y'all have a lot of people y'all got to pay. I got to fix my lighting. It's going to get me mad. But y'all have a lot of people y'all got to pay, so y'all got to figure it out ASAP. Y'all have no time to really waste right now. And that's my biggest point with y'all. Cheesesteak says, we can't start slow either. Got to play to our strength. Can't come out trying to pass. I agree 100%. Look, we can't, the past couple weeks we've gotten away with our defense kind of holding us together in the first half and keeping it a close game, and Jalen Hurts and company were able to, come back and make some win and get some wins. But we can't do that. We're not going to, if we go out and we're down 21-0 we've seen what happened if we're down 21-0 to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We might make a nice little comeback in the second half, but they got Tom Brady on their side. So we have to either keep it close all game, or we have to go out there and just assert our dominance early. Go out there and run that damn ball down their throat every single play. And I don't care if it's 7-0, 14-0 in the second half. Keep running it on them. You're gonna tire it's a game of attrition when you're a Philadelphia Eagle now. It's a game of being more ready for the fourth and third quarter than the other team is. And if you run the ball down their throat all first half, you will be more rested than that defense will. And that's what you need to do. It's all about time. If we win this game, it's going to be down to time of possession, and it's going to be down to our rushing stats. That's what it comes down to. Obviously, our defense has to do well, but our offense has to, and I said this before, our offense has to be an extension of our defense. Our offense has to hold the ball long enough so that the defense doesn't have to worry. But the offense has to put the other offense in positions that they have to become a quick strike offense. That they know, okay, these guys just ran the ball down our throat for 6 minutes, 7 minutes. Now let's try and, catch up and score a touchdown quick. And that's how we win games. When they become one-dimensional and our defense understands this is all they can really do against us right now, we tend to win games. And I think that's how we can win this game. The game will come down to which tight end will be dominant, Gronk or Goddard. It might. Who knows? I'm excited to see what Dallas Goedert does as the first, his first full year as a full-time guy. He's been banged up going into the playoffs a lot. You look at Devontae Smith. I am jubilated. Is that a word? I think that's a word. I'm pretty excited for Devontae Smith. Devontae Smith is going to be fun to watch in the playoffs. I really do think. And you look at the quote that he had in his press conference where they were like, did he reach his goal after he hit that rookie record? And he said no. And I'm pretty sure he was, alluding to the playoffs. So I'm excited, man. I'm scared Sanders will fumble, man. It is what it is. We got to hope not, but Miles Sanders probably concerned injury, not playing that much. Yeah, if he can't go, I do believe that anybody can kind of step into this running back core and produce. I really do think that. But, it would be very helpful to have a player like Miles Sanders at full health. I really do believe that. Boston Scott and Gainwell have fumbled more than Miles. His ball security is overblown, and he leads our running backs in yards per carry by almost a full yard. Yeah, Miles Sanders has been ridiculous. Did he score a touchdown this year? He didn't. He didn't score a touchdown, right? Which is crazy to think. We'll need to pressure Brady all day. All day, John. All day. We'll have zero excuses. We have zero excuses at all. I agree, man. I'm glad that you're being real with that. Gannon can't be afraid to blitz. I agree 100%. Look, we have to get aggressive. You have to take chances with a guy like Brady. You're not going to be able to send 30-something times out of 35 plays like we did against Washington. It's just not going to happen. You have to go out there and get aggressive, you know? Philly, what do you think about Vic Fangio if Gannon gets the head coaching job at Denver? I wouldn't mind it. I would love to get a defensive coordinator with some experience running a team. I would love to get Brian Flores. I would love to get Brian Flores as our defensive coordinator. I think that, you know, me and my roommate's a huge Dolphins fan. So me and him were kind of talking about it, and he was like that he thinks he's probably just going to go get another job because he thinks he's a really good coach, and actually a really good GM, because a lot of the decisions he was trying to make that they basically vetoed, if you will, for lack of better terms, were good decisions, because there's rumors that came out that he wanted Justin Herbert over Tua. They took Tua over, you know. So there's a lot of reason to think that he'll probably just catch another job. But Vic Fangio will be an interesting prospect. I would think Vic Fangio would probably be a head coach before Gannon. Maybe not, because Gannon's like the new thing. They don't know what he is. But I'm just excited about our head coach and second-year guy are prepping for the GOAT, only up from here. Yeah, this is a beautiful place to be. And like I said, win or lose, if you stay in this game, you know, and you make it like come down to the end, you know, you got to feel good about that. You really got to feel good about that. What's going on, Spa City Chop? We got to hit Brady point blank. Yeah, we got to hit him multiple times. It doesn't matter if it becomes sacks. Obviously, you want sacks, but it doesn't even matter if they become sacks. You have to hit him. You have to make him uncomfortable. It just, you won't win any other way. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. We got 30 people between channels. I don't know if this is on Facebook. It seems like it's like tweaking right now, but I know it's on Twitter and YouTube. If you are new to the channel, do me a huge favor. Jump on over to the YouTube if you're on Twitter. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe. I think we're 15 away from 3,000. 15 away from 3,000. So I would love to get there by the playoff game. Philly is a gritty city, and Eagles are a lunch pail gritty team. The Eagles are a tough team, and I think they will win. I agree, man. And we are going to flood Tampa Stadium. I'm telling you, you're going to see a bunch of pictures of me being mad disrespectful to their pirate ship. I can't say it on here because you know what I'm saying, but I'm going to be, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You're going to say, so definitely follow me on Twitter, because you're going to see me talking a lot of junk. I'm out here in Tampa talking all types of junk to people, man. These Eagle hats don't come off when the show ends. You know what I'm saying? I have a whole collection of Eagles hats, whole collection of Eagles merch. So they know who I am. They know where I'm at. They know who I'm rooting for. Gainwell got 6 TDs. Gainwell has definitely improved over the year, man. And especially seeing him go against Dallas's run defense and being able to be the lead back. That was nice. That was nice to see. AT said something before that. AT said, so with the fumbles thing, he said, I say that because of his hand. I know the defenses will target his hand. That's a good point. Nathan Mark says Miles got none. That's oblivious to me. It's crazy. It's crazy to think he has no touchdowns this year. It seems we only blitz in the second half, and that's ridiculous. And we rarely don't even blitz in the second half. Like, you know, we went from 40 blitzes in the first 7 weeks to, I think, 70 in the last 7 weeks. That's really not that much if you really think about it. I think it was the last 8 weeks, actually. So that's less than 10 a game, which I'm not saying you have to blitz 10 times a game, but you know, there's some games you would think, and especially there were some games that we went blitz heavy. Like I want to say against Denver, we went blitz heavy. Like we went against some teams and we were blitzing a lot. So, you know, you think about that and it's just like, it makes no sense, but it is what it is. Jeremiah Butler, what's going on, brother? He says the Dolphins are a dumpster fire. Hey, I wish they would have been a dumpster fire a little bit earlier so we would have got a better pick, but 14 is not bad. Hurts will be a beast. Watch, you will see a man on a mission. What's going on, Evil Eagle? I sure hope so. I think, look, I don't put too much pressure on Hurts right now. I really don't. Like, I saw what I saw out of him in the regular season. I feel like I know kind of who he is, what he is, and I'm cool with seeing him next year, and I'm excited for him next year, another full off season. But anything he does in these playoffs are just additives. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, if he goes out there and like looks scared or just can't play football anymore, then you look at that. But I think it's only up from here for Jalen Hurts. To be here is a major accomplishment. It's a major accomplishment. Midwest Eagles fan says we only blitz in the second half because the head coach doesn't want to give up big plays and get behind while we grind it out on the ground. Not saying I agree, but that's the reasoning. I feel you. I definitely agree with you on that thought process. Miami doesn't deserve Doug or Flores. I hope Doug. I don't know where I would want Doug. I wouldn't mind seeing Doug in Chicago because I think Chicago has a good team. They got a good young quarterback. You know what I'm saying? I still feel he's a good quarterback. They have a very good defense still. You know, so I don't see why. I don't see why he couldn't be successful out there. I really don't. Flores was being fired. Yeah, being fired was a huge mistake. Yeah, I'm surprised, man. What about getting a stud linebacker in this year's draft? I think there's 3 guys that can go in the first round that you can really like. Devin Lloyd seems to be the one that keeps on slipping. I don't know if that's really going to happen because he's athletic as heck, man. And once he does a couple of drills, the NFL loves seeing guys running short. So, once he runs a couple of drills, man, people are going to start seeing some of his numbers. And I think he's going to like fly up boards. Like right now they have him falling all the way to us at our 19th pick. I don't know if I see that. I think he's going to be somebody you have to take at 14 if he's still there. So we'll see what happens. And we're seeing a lot of people saying Tyler Lindenbaum, which I wouldn't be mad at. I don't know, though. I don't think we need to spend a first-round pick on an offensive lineman. So I've said this for a while. Maybe something changes, with a trade or something like that. But I think right now it's DN, linebacker, and then your secondary, whether that be a safety or a cornerback. You need one of them. At the very least, everybody on the roster, as far as Philly goes, with having a game experience. But yeah, there's no bad for this. Like, obviously, if we go out there and we get like demolished, it's gonna feel ishy, right? It's gonna feel pretty bad. But like, there's really no negative to us going to the playoffs. Like, we have 3 first-round picks. Like, I'm cool with all this. This is one of the best ways that it could have went. Like, you look back in the beginning of the season, and I was saying the best possible scenario is that the teams that we have, their draft picks, they were bad. Like, and that's what happened. And even with the Carson Wentz thing, man, I hate to keep knocking Carson Wentz because I really don't care anymore because it's over now. I have my first round pick, and I really don't care. But what his season was probably the best case scenario for the Philadelphia Eagles. And I said this on multiple occasions that we wanted him to be just good enough for them to keep him in for the year, but just bad enough that they missed the playoffs, and that's what we got. So, I mean, you got to be happy. 3 first-round picks, 2 of them in the top 20. What are we doing here? And as the days go by, you start looking at a lot of these moves that Howie's made, and you start feeling a little bit more comfortable that maybe he's willing to give up play calling to his coordinator, or not play calling, the draft decisions to his NFL scouts, to his actual coaches, right? Maybe he's going to give some of that love to them, because that's what I feel like we're missing as an organization, is the guy that makes those good decisions on draft day. And don't get me wrong, we haven't been the most misfortunate franchise when it comes to drafts. Trust me, we haven't. But we've definitely missed on a lot of people. So we need to get better at that. Zimmer's too old, so I would go after either Flores or Fangio. I would love to get Flores or Fangio. If you get, I'm going to say this right now, if you get Flores as your defensive coordinator, or either or, I do like Fangio a lot, but I really, really want Flores. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because my boy's a Dolphins fan and I liked watching him play, or coach. But if you get either one of these guys, I think you're a serious competitor for the playoffs next year. And I think you can really make a run. I really do feel that. And I'm not saying that we'll be a Super Bowl team, but you will be in those conversations. And I think play will dictate that. But I think that you get a good defensive coordinator, that can really turn this defense into something with those 3 first-round picks, sky's is the limit. Sky's the limit. If you bring in Brian Flores and you say, talk to us, what do you think we should get for these next 3 picks on our defense? And get him 1 or 2 of them, bro, sky's the limit. We are not that far off of being a good team. I really like, and we are a good team. We're not that far off being a great. We're 2 or 3 wins away from being one of the elite teams in the NFL right now. So, like, let's be real. Pharaoh says, bro, you a GOAT. Now you the GOAT. Y'all all the GOAT. All 35 people on YouTube, y'all GOATs, man. Y'all all GOATs. Please do hit that like, hit that subscribe. It really does help. We're 14 away. We are 14 away from 3,000 subscribers. We just started this channel about a year and some change ago. I cannot explain the amount of love, and how much it means to me. You guys are like a new family, man. You guys are a whole new family to me, and it's awesome. It's dope, bro. Like, I brought in the new year with a whole new family. So y'all really are the GOATs. Y'all really are the GOATs. I really do appreciate it, man, because otherwise I would just be talking my girl's ear off, telling her how much I'm annoyed about these Eagles. So she thanks you because she doesn't have to listen to that, and I thank y'all for being my family, for real. But we got 40 people in here. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Y'all know the vibes. Aaron the Trucker says, I'm glad Carson Wentz didn't make the playoffs. Look, man, I know I said I was over it, but I am too. I can't stand the man. I think he played us. I think he's a little punk, so it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It really is what it is. I'm going to turn my mic up a little bit. Let me know if that's a little bit better, because lately I feel like my lives have been really low, but y'all let me know. Hello, John Jones. That's like saying Bill or Pete are too old. You cannot put Zimmer in the same conversation as Bill Belichick and Pete Carroll. You cannot. You just can't, Butler. Come on, man. I agree, Jeremiah. Howie has pressure on him in this upcoming draft. Big facts. What's up, bro? Any updates on Sanders? What's going on, Jersey boy? I have not heard anything yet. Everybody that I've talked to, they don't like, the sense is that he's going to play. The real question is how injured he's going to be when he plays. So we'll see. Oh, shout out to Jake Elliott. He set a new franchise record for field goal percentage in a single year, 90.9. That's another guy. I know I'm going on mad tangents today. But man, Jake Elliott's turnaround has been ridiculous, bro. Like, that's crazy. But yeah, sorry, Jersey boy. But yeah, from what I'm hearing, when I'm talking to people, I'm going to get some interviews going with some of these reporters again. I've just been so busy, and I do apologize. But what I've been hearing, the sense is that he's going to play. It's just about how well he's going to be, how good he's going to be with that hand. But I do believe he'll be there. Well, Zimmer is older than both. What's up, Joe? What I missed? What's going on, Eagles Realist? We just kind of going all over the place right now. We started off talking about who has the most pressure, and I'll bring it back because, like I said, I think that Jonathan Gannon is under the most pressure. But I do want to know who you guys think is under the most pressure. As one of the questions, obviously ask any questions y'all got. But our linebackers are going to get exposed this game. It's possible. It's definitely possible. I don't think it's exposed. I think that we know our linebacker is a weak spot. So, I mean, they'll definitely get targeted. They're definitely going to try and take advantage of them. But, I mean, if our linebackers are the worst part of our defense, I don't think that really shocks anybody on Sunday. Unfortunate to say. I love everybody. Shout out to TJ Edwards. Shout out to all of them, right? But, like, let's just be real. Damone Clark is a banger from LSU. Must watch film on him versus Bama. What's up with Jameson, bro? What's up with Jameson Williams or Williamson, whatever the hell his name is? I can't say his name. I saw he got leg injury. I was at work all day yesterday, man. I'm telling y'all, everybody got to subscribe so I could just quit my job. Y'all need to help me out here. You know what I'm saying? Help your boy out, man. But now, soon enough, I'm going to be getting a work from home job, so it'll help I know y'all don't care. See, y'all just family. I'm over here telling y'all random stuff. Kevo says, my man Doug should go to Denver or Vikings and turn them up for real quick. I would love to see him in Denver because I think he can make an offense good. It doesn't really matter. I think he's a good offensive guy. You give him a good defense, I think it'll be interesting to see. But it comes down to who their quarterback's going to be, right? Like, we got to see what their quarterback's situation is going to look like. If we have Stout, we can grab a dude from Wawa and it'll be an all-pro center in 2 years. I know you're saying it jestfully, like you're saying it as a joke, but I agree. I really do feel like you take advantage of Stoutland as much as you can. Like, And you don't have a guy at the wide receiving. You don't have a guy right now at the linebacking position that you can say has a crazy track record. Nick Rallis is younger than me. Nick Rallis is like 27 or something like that. So, I mean, he's a young guy. You got to give him talent. Give him talent to work with. And I like the guys we have, and don't get me wrong, I do feel like you saw a progression from a lot of these linebackers, namely Alex Singleton when he saw a lesser role. You look at TJ Edwards, Davion Taylor when he was in, Jannard Avery's making plays. So you look at these guys, and they've definitely gotten better as the season's gone. So I just want to see him with some talent, man. Howie doesn't address the linebacker position. It's true. We need pass rusher, safety, corner, linebacker in that order of importance. You see, I think linebacker is above safety and corner. I really do right now because you're most likely going to have one more year. I think, if I'm the Eagles, I'm re-signing Steven Nelson for another year because I don't know if he played well enough to go get a long-term somewhere or to get a long-term here. But I think you can get away with re-signing him for a year and seeing what you have with these young guys. And maybe you do add somebody in the, first round and you see what you have from there. But I think that you're decent. What you think on Gannon getting head coaching interviews? I think people are desperate. I mean, I don't know. I think that he's got a good track record, and I think everything I've heard, especially in the preseason, was that like he was very, very well respected in the league, and he was somebody that was gonna get looked at as a head coach. So I'm not too surprised. I'm surprised that it happened this quick, and I'm surprised that it happened off the shoulders of that last season with the Eagles. So I don't know. I think that people are kind of reaching. I don't know if he'll really get one, but you never know, right? You never know. Yeah, but this draft coming up in April, some have him doing the same thing. What's going on, Kenzo? What's going on, brother? That's why if y'all look at teams that win championships, they draft well. Facts. We need another wide receiver. I think we can add one. I don't think that we necessarily need to draft one in the first quarter. In the first round. I think that if you can get a veteran, that would be very, very interesting. I'm seeing rumors that, Darius Slay is trying to get Mike Williams from the Chargers. That would be interesting. John says, I want the defensive tackle out of Jordan Davis, 6'6", 330. Yeesh. Hearing Coach say when talking about the Bucs, we're both different teams from the last time gives me hope. I mean, look, we're all different. This is going to be an interesting game. We're either going to come out there and get blown, our socks blown off, or we're going to go out there and really play a good game against a playoff team that earned their spot. Like, we earned our spot, don't get me wrong, but we weren't great all year, right? Tampa was who Tampa was for the most part all year. So this is going to tell me a lot about who this team is, man. If we go out there and knock the Tampa Bay Bucs off, man, you have to be a little bit afraid of who the Philadelphia Eagles are. You have to. LT said, I am the GOAT. You definitely are. You are the GOAT. I'm not willing to say we're a good team yet. We have a good O-line and a lot of promising pieces. Look, we made the playoffs. We're good. We're not great. We're not the best. We're good, though. We're good. To say that we're not good is to say we're in the top 15, top 18 of the draft picks. I forgot how many teams make the playoffs. It's 14 now, right? So 28. So 18. Yeah, 18, right? I don't know. I can't do math. Quick maths. What's going on, Show Enough? I can't talk. Kev, I cannot talk. Y'all names be messing me up. I'm over here saying Chevo. All right, what's good, Kevo? He says Gannon is a good coordinator, bro. He just needs his Anthony Barr replacement and an elite safety. He can develop the corners. Got to let my guy do his offseason. I respect that. We'll see what happens. We'll definitely see what happens. Show Enough said, what's up, Philly? What's going on, Show Enough? Who's the prettiest man? Show Enough. I love that movie, man. I love seeing your name. Evil Eagle says, I've been a fan of your pod since the beginning. I appreciate that, bro. I know when I see your name, I always see your name. I remember. Trust me. I remember the ones that have been here since day one. I definitely do. I'm probably going to restart pretty soon because I have like way too many moderators right now. So I'm probably going to restart it and just kind of give it out to the day ones, man, because y'all been showing mad love forever. we're not far away from being a good team. A few pieces away. Guys see the excitement around the young guys. Free agents want to come to. I definitely can agree with that, man. People are going to look at this a little bit different. Come on, y'all. It amazes me how ungrateful this fan base has for a guy who set them up for the first and only Super Bowl. Doug Peterson. Doug Peterson's the man. I ain't got no hate against Doug Peterson. Oh, you talking about Carson Wentz? Man, screw Carson Wentz. Elliott notwithstanding, our special teams is whack though. Where's the punt return? Yeah, no, it's true. Shout out to my guy Chandler Jackson. He put in the I'm gonna actually just read that because I did a video which I shall definitely all watch. I had like RB on here, Steve Hyder. We had who else? We had CK Birds. If you guys know CK, he's a man when it comes to Madden YouTube stuff. That's my man's right there. We had a bunch of people that just sent me in videos talking about the 2021 year. And he had a great point, and I want to read it real quick. So, yeah, he said negative is the special. Shout out to Chandler Jackson, man. He says special teams, man, thank God for Bradley and Elliott. Siposs has been declining for the past 6 weeks. Huntley in only 3 kick returns has a third of what Rager had, and he's just now being activated. And they gave up the 7th most return yards. Like that, I didn't even think of all that. Like, you know what I'm saying? When I read that, I was like, dang, I didn't realize it was that bad. Give me Jordan Davis and Kyer Elam or Sauce. I'm good. I know how he ain't drafting no linebacker. It's true. It is definitely true. JC for sure and Hurts. He's not my quarterback anymore, so I don't care about the rest of his career, but put some respect on that man's name for what he did. I ain't got no respect for him, man. For what he did, he ran like a little punk. He ran like a little punk, man. He ran like a little punk. How should we handle the TB12 quick passing game? You know what? That is what we are going to see. Yeah, no, it's facts. I mean, I don't know if we will, though, because our defensive line hasn't really been creating that much pressure. So we have to get them there. I don't know if they respect our defensive line like years past. I don't know if they're going to say we have to get the ball off quick. But if they do, you got to bring these guys up, man. No more 5-yard, 10-yard cushions. Man these guys up. Let's get some press at the line. Let's make these wide receivers. Like Mike Evans doesn't scare me with his speed. Scotty Miller's pretty fast. Gronk doesn't scare me with his speed. Like, throw the timing off. Give your defensive line an extra half a second or a second. And maybe that'll make a difference. So, it comes down to pressure, but if they do that, if they do try to just get away with quick passes, you have to bring these guys up, bring up that man coverage. Stop trying to play 40 yards off the ball. I really don't see this team as being a team that's going to go over the top of your head for 45 yards anymore. They lost that in Godwin. They lost that in AB. So I really do feel like that's all they really have right now is the screen passes, is the quick outs, stuff like that. So I do believe keep everything in front of you. Don't let them get over the top of you. But do they really have guys that can? I think outside of Scotty Miller, I don't really fear any of their wide receivers, just sprinting up the field on us. So I know it's not going to happen, but I would really like to see DBs closer to the line of scrimmage. Facts. Big facts. What's going on, Big Play Slay? I think I'm pretty far behind in these. No, I'm not too far behind. That's what's up. Damn, there goes my wrench. Nah, you good. I don't know when I'm going to do it, but the problem is you need another wide receiver. When you miss, you pay at least twice. Smartest guy in the room needs to put some work on consignment. Now, I feel you. I definitely feel you. I'm happy you're on your grind, Joe. I want Anderson from Alabama, then a corner, then a linebacker to replace Singleton. Yeah, and I think Singleton's a guy that I would love to see still on this team. I don't think you have to replace him. I think you just have to, make him, replace him, but he'll be a good backup. I think he's a good guy to have on your special team. Same thing with Bradley. If I'm going into next year with a new guy at linebacker and TJ Edwards and Davion Taylor out there with him, I feel comfortable. I want Kyle Hamilton, but he's going to be gone by our pick. Most likely, yeah. Yo, what's up, everybody? What's going on, B-Mo? He says Nakobe Dean and Ahmad Gardner Sauce should be the first 2 draft picks. I wouldn't be mad at that. I would not be mad at that. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. We got 50 people in here. Be sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe. If you are not subscribed, I'm going to go read it right now. I'm going to give you the updated stats. We're 13 people away from 3,000 subscribers. So if you could hit that subscribe for me, or if you could, send it off to your grandmother, your mama, your aunt, your cousin, your brother, whatever, you know what I'm saying? If they're not subscribed, tell them to go ahead and hit that subscribe button, because we doing our thing. Y'all know how we get down. If Milton Williams can block a couple of more passes at the line, that would be great. Big facts. He said, Wentz is soft. It is what it is. That's sad, Joe, but the man was 11-2. I don't care. I do not care, man. He left like a little girl, man. I love the Eagles. By the GOAT is tough to beat. He's going to, look, I've said this a million times when talking about how I feel we can beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And a lot of people will bring up the people that they're missing, the people that I just did, right? I just brought up 2 of the wide receivers they're missing, but they still have Tom Brady. So it'll be interesting. We're going to have to go out there and play top-notch defense. Can our DBs press up, though? Would Gannon switch it up? I don't know if Gannon would switch it up, but I do feel comfortable in Steve Nelson getting in somebody's chest. I feel comfortable in Darius Slay getting in somebody's chest, probably going to be Mike Evans. I feel comfortable with that. Live by the sword, die by the sword. That guy, Darius Slay has been your best player. Let him loose, man. This is the time you let him loose. Joe, Evans can't get over the top. Stop. Okay, Singleton can stay but not start. No, yeah, exactly. I'm not worried about Evans getting over the top. You know what I'm saying? I really am not. And if he does, it's going to be a jump ball, because that's just I'm not really worried about Evans, if I'm being 100% honest. I'm going to say that now, and he's going to go crazy. Joe, win or lose, is this season a success? I think so. I think so. You can't really look at this. You can't really look at this season and say it's been a waste. I think that you learned a lot about this team. Obviously you're going to learn more because we're still playing football, which is a beautiful thing. So I'm excited. Do I think we should trade Minshew, and do I think he's worth maybe a third or fourth? If he's worth a third or a fourth, I will drive him to whatever city you want to trade him to. I will personally drive him. I don't know if he will fetch that much. Maybe like a fifth. I think is the highest you'll get for him. But if you could get a third or fourth for him, like I said, I will drive him. I will literally drive him. I'm glad we got Acho in the media going at bat for us. Could have keep them threads too. Yeah, we could use Emilio Acho right now. We could have beaten them the first time. We were close. It was a close game. We lost by 6 in the first game, and our O-line was hurt. Defense was trash, and they had all their major weapons. We can win. I agree. Look, I think people are sleeping on us, man. We say shock the world, but when it's not going to shock Philly, I don't think anybody there probably is, but I don't think there's many people in Philly that are just absolutely throwing in the towel. Even if you don't think that we have the best of shots of winning, you're going to watch that game and hope, right? Like, you're still going to have faith in your team. So, look, I really do feel this team can win. I don't see why we can't feel like that. I feel like people are giving the 49ers a chance to beat the Cowboys. We're looking at, Raiders could possibly beat the Bengals. You look at all these top teams, people are like, oh, is Pittsburgh going to go in there and knock off KC? Like, you can say that about everybody but the Eagles. Why? The Eagles going to go out there and handle business, man, and that's how I truly feel. Was the Giants game most disappointing loss this year? Probably. I would say the Cowboys lost. That one really hurt. That one really hurt, especially because it was like our only real game against them, so that hurt. Jeff says, hey, Joe, I came here late, so probably have discussed already, but who the hell's going to stop Gronk? That's a great question. That is a great question. I mean, I have faith in Avonte Maddox. I know he's small, but he's won against a lot of tight ends, a lot of good tight ends. So I think that Maddox will be able to slow him down. There's players out here that just you're not going to stop him, right? There's players out here you're probably not going to stop, and you can just hope to slow him down. Let's just rewatch that Saints game, and whatever they did for both games, let's just do that, especially that shutout loss that they had. We got to just do that. And you got to hope for a little bit of luck, too. most Philly media gives us no chance to win. That's because they hating, man. They hating. I don't care. I mean, look, I got a lot of friends in the Philly media. You know, there are a lot of good people out there, but I'm telling them all, man, they hating. I'm trying to reach out to Derek Gunn because me and Derek Gunn were very pessimistic early on this season. And me and D Gunn were kind of talking on here like we were excited for the year and, you know, we hoped for the best, but I don't think that either of us really thought this was going to happen. I mean, Derek Gunn had Brandon Graham on there when he predicted that we would make the playoffs. Now look at us. I would love to know what Brandon Graham thinks of this first round matchup. I would love to get a prediction out of that. Maybe he says we win this one, we win this game too. I'm going to that game like we own the Bucs. Are you in Florida? You in Florida, cheesesteak? Wentz and Aguilar hate is a funny thing. They played up in our run without either. I don't know if we kissed that Lombardi. For me, goodbye, and I wish you well. I don't really hate Aguilar, but I don't like Wentz. I just think the way he handled everything was like real part. And if you're new to the channel, you can go rewatch some of the videos I did, and that explains it well. I just didn't like how he handled stuff. I don't feel like we as fans or we as an organization did really that much for him to act the way he did. So it is what it is. Nobody is going to stop Gronk. We have to limit him in the bracket, Maddox and Edwards and or Singleton. Exactly. I think that, you know, like I said, I think that he's going to be able to slow him down, but he got to, you know, he's going to need help. The 49ers are going to beat the Cowboys. Book it. I would love to see that. How long you been working on your beard game? My John not growing in. LOL, but serious. Honestly, my girl got me this jar called beard butter or something, and it has helped. I mean, my beard usually grows in pretty well, but like I used to have like a spot, like it used to be spotty in the middle, but it's a lot better. It's like beard butter. I gotta ask her what it is. They always hating on the Eagles underdog until we prove them wrong. Exactly. I love being an underdog. So what you think of Howie now after the season? I think, you know, I think the same thing I always thought. You know, I still don't want him making draft decisions. He's good with money. He made some good decisions this offseason, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I'm not really too worried. I don't know. It really doesn't. It really does not feel like there was going to be any change either way, whether we had a great year or not. That's just how I feel. There was really going to be no change either way. Do I feel differently about Howie? Not really. I still feel like he needs to butt out of a lot of football decisions, but we'll see. Well, he had a good year. There's not much I can say to hate on him right now, but I'm going to try. Run it down their throats. I agree, Nigel. Stop the short passes. Make Tom pass the ball a couple times. Get the sack and turn. Yeah, we have to make big plays. The defense has to be the defense that we saw making turnovers, and we can do it. Howie should be a CFO. Let him handle the Bucks picks. Nah, bro. Hey, I agree. Howie going straight to the doghouse if he screws these picks up. Man, if he screws these picks up, and show why Smith was our number one pick. I agree. Howie going straight there. Look, I'm excited for Devontae Smith. I'm excited to see what Jalen Hurts does in these playoffs. I'm excited to see what this defense does. I think that Milton Williams, I think that, you know, Teron Jackson, I think that Sweat was coming into his own. Derek Barnett was starting to make some good plays. Jannard Avery starting to make some plays. So I'm excited to see if this defense can keep that up and, you know, prove that it wasn't just because we were going against bad teams. That's really what it comes down to. These are good teams now. So if we hold the team to under 20, under 24, you got to give a little respect to this team. The players got us to the playoffs, not Howie. He drafted JJ and Rager. He fixed the mess he made. I'll give him that. Yeah, he's the only one that really like made an issue, and then, you know, he made his own job. He made his own job. I know how to fix JJ and Rager catch the ball problem. It's called Gorilla Glue. Y'all ever seen Little Giants? You got to put the stickum on the gloves. You know what I'm saying? And he'll be all good. He'll be all good. But either way, I think I'm about to get out of here. I do appreciate everybody that tuned in. We still got 40 people in here. Be sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe. It means so much to me if we could hit 3K pretty soon. I'm not one of those guys that's like obsessed with numbers, but 3K is a nice number. 3K, I mean, you know, man, 3K is like a tax time number that you be getting. You know what I mean? So, like, it would mean a lot to me, and I appreciate everybody that tuned in. But other than that, y'all know what it is, man. We're going to get some of these interviews going again. I'm going to start doing some more collabs as well. I have a little bit more free time coming up, so I will be seeing you guys more. Appreciate your patience. But yeah, now I'm just rambling. Y'all know what it is, man. It's Fly was Fly, and we out here. Say it with me if you know.
Everywhere. This is for
Yeah.
you.
Fly was flying on the team. Touchdown, touchdown. Time to get Jalen this ring. You don't really want to start a thing. This a bird gang nation, baby. It's a Philly thing. Hater, and you looking like you type trash. I'm just here calling on Philly, the podcast. And we can call a man dog or watch Miles score off the handoff. Rest of the division, your man soft. Jackson like Deshaun, hunting like Randall. Season head, really time to do him in. Your boy Philly Fresco. Thanks for tuning in.